Basic Skills, Day 3, Order of Operations. We're going to simplify expressions using the order of operations. So I'd like you to try this problem right here without a calculator and get the correct answer, of course. So pause the video, work it out, and then restart the video to see if you got it correct. The answer should be 20. Now, if you didn't get that answer, that means you didn't follow the correct order of operations. So we'll come back to this in a minute, but let's talk about the order of operations. So here's one way to look at it. First, you need to perform all operations inside any parentheses or grouping symbols. Second, you need to simplify powers and roots. The third thing, you need to perform multiplication and division from left to right in order, and then addition and subtraction from left to right in order. Now, you may have learned this through an acronym called PEMDAS. This first is your P, because you are doing all of the parentheses and grouping symbol. The second is your E, because your powers and roots are your exponents. In PEMDAS, okay, the M and the D are your multiplication and division, and your A and your S are the addition and subtraction. But you need to make sure you understand that those are done together, left to right, whichever occurs first. So here is our notes on this. Your P in PEMDAS stands for parentheses. And so that is all of your grouping symbols, okay? Those are your parentheses, or they could be brackets, okay? Then you're going to simplify powers and roots. Those are your exponents. Your M and D, again, multiplication and division together in order from left to right. In order, in the order that they come, left to right. So that's important to remember. That's where most people mess up, because they do all the multiplication and then they go back and do all the division. Your A and your S, again, addition and subtraction. And again, that's left to right in order. So let's see what that looks like, okay? If we look at the exponents, that's an example. 2 to the third, that means 2 times 2 times 2. That's what that means. That's an exponent, and that answer would be 8. The square root of 64 is asking what times itself equals 64. So the square root of 64 is 8, because 8 times 8 is 64. Multiplication and division, left to right. So even though the multiplication is at the end, we don't do it first. We have to do this first. That's left to right. So we're going to get 12 divided by 6 is 2. Then we multiply by 5, which gives us 10. And again, example of the addition and subtraction. Again, you have to work this left to right, and the first thing that happens is 2 minus 7, which gives us negative 5. Then you're going to add 4, which gives us an answer of negative 1. Again, remember, this is all no calculator. So if we go back to this, if you did not get this correct, what you needed to do first is multiplication and division in order. So I have to do the 3 times the 6 to get 18. Then I have plus 9, I have plus 9 divided by 3 minus 1. So the next thing I have to do is this right here, 9 divided by 3. So now I'm going to have 18 plus 9 divided by 3, which is 3, then minus 1. So the next thing that I do is this, because that's the first. 18 plus 3 is 21. Now I subtract that 1, and that's how you get the answer of 20. So why don't you try these problems right now, pause the video, and see if you can follow the correct order of operations to get the correct answer. Then restart the video and see if you got them correct. Okay, as you're coming back, this should be 48. The second question should be 12. The third example is -24. And the fourth example is 13. Now, if you didn't get those answers correct, go back, see if you can find your mistake. Okay, if you can't, then check the notes that I will post with these problems worked out. Okay, let's work through one of these together, and then you can try the other one on your own. Okay, so now you have multiple grouping symbols. You have this set of parentheses right here, that's a bracket, but you also have this set of parentheses as well, so you have to work from the inside out. And within that bracket, you have to follow the order of operations. So the first thing I'm going to do, the 2 is going to stay there and just hang out for a while. And so the first thing I'm going to do is the parenthesis with the 2 minus 6. So I'm going to have 17 plus 5. That's a parenthesis, that's grouping, and when I take 2 minus 6, I get -4. So that's my first step. Then the next thing I need to do, again, is follow the correct order of operations. Within this bracket right here, I'm still working on simplifying the bracket or parenthesis, so the next thing I'm going to do is this. I need to do the multiplication before I do the addition or subtraction. So now that's going to give me 2, still hanging out, and then 17 plus, and then 5 times -4 is -20. Now I can take the 17 plus the -20, and that is going to give me -3. And I'm multiplying that bracket right there is the same as a parenthesis, so that means times. So my answer is going to be -6. You work out number 6 right now, pause the video, and then you can check your answer. The answer to example 6 should be 88. Again, go back, follow the order of operations if you did not get the correct answer, and if you still can't find your mistake, then check the notes that will be posted. But that is the end of our Basic Skills Day 3.